Around a month and a half ago, I started the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe track tournament. 96 tracks going up against each other in a bracket tournament style to see who comes out on top. Now, who came out on top? Well, if you check the polls, the answer is right there. But, here we are. We're going to review every single track. Well, not every single track, but we're going to review the tournament because why not? So the first round was our qualifying round. This is where 96 tracks went up against each other, so it's a 1v1. So, for example, our first round was Yoshi's Island versus GCN Daisy Cruiser. And to my surprise, Daisy Cruiser lost by a wide margin. Disappointing, but it is what it is. It's Yoshi's Island. I'm not going to go through all of these qualifying rounds. There's 48 rounds. This took me like 2 weeks to finish. So instead, I'm going to have them listed all over here. And I'm going to go through some tracks that I think didn't really deserve to lose. So starting off, we got Singapore Speedway. I mean, it's Singapore Speedway. Like, it's such a unique tour city track. And I'm surprised it fell so early. And it lost to Maple Treeway, which Maple Treeway made it quite far. So, you know. Another track that I'm surprised got out was Sunshine Airport. I heard this track was really good, like back in 2014 when my mind didn't know what a circle was. And GBA Mario Circuit is another track I really like, and it would have gotten really far if it wasn't for Big Blue. Athens Dash, another unique tour city track that got out and lost to Tick-Tock Clock. N64 Rainbow Road and regular Rainbow Road got out the qualifying round, which is pretty shocking. But N64 Rainbow Road did go up against Mute City, but regular Rainbow Road went up against Thwomp Ruins. I mean, I like Thwomp Ruins, but I like regular Rainbow Road more. Sky Garden Wave 1 got out to Coconut Mall. Not a big surprise. Let's get this out of the way. SNES Bowser Castle 3 going up against GCN Waluigi Stadium. So, funny story, I posted that poll when I was watching the FNAF movie. So, I kind of wasn't paying attention to it. And I finished the movie, and then I opened up my phone to see the poll, and it was a 50-50 split. And it stayed like that for like I'd say another week until eventually Bowser Castle 3. Waluigi Stadium is like the first big like track that got out, which is really unfortunate. But I mean, hey, SNES Bowser Castle 3 is one of the best SNES tracks. Now we're moving on to the secondary round. This was originally going to be called like the thirdary round, since it was going to be 3 tracks going up against each other, and then the one wins. But I thought that name was stupid, so I just went with the secondary round. And so, here's where we're gonna start going over every single one. The winners were Yoshi's Island, Wii Mushroom George, Rosalina's Ice World, Wii Rainbow Road, SNES Bowser Castle 3, Big Blue, Tour Madrid Drive, Wii Maple Treeway, DS Wario Stadium, Mount Wario, DS Tick-Tock Clock, 3DS Rainbow Road, Wii DK Summit, Squeaky Clean Sprint, GCN DK Mountain, and 3DS Music Park. So, some big hitter tracks that we lost were Shy Guy Falls and GBA Ribbon Road. Those are pretty good tracks. Cloud Top Cruise, we lost Cloud Top Cruise. We lost Super Bell Subway. We lost Royal Raceway. We lost Waluigi Pinball. Now that's a big one that we lost. We lost the original Bowser's Castle. We lost Coconut Mall. We lost SNES Rainbow Road. Ironically enough, the last Rainbow Road until the finals. We lost London Loop, guys. Rest in peace. I'm surprised Tour Madrid Drive won. But, I mean, it was going up against N64 Choco Mountain and Grumble Volcano. I'm not a big Grumble Volcano fan. I just never really found the appeal. We lost Cheeseland, which, damn. Next up, we have the round of 16. And our first round was Yoshi's Island going up against Wii's Mushroom George. And, well, Mushroom George, I guess, goes home. Next up, we have Rosalina's Ice World going up against Wii's Rainbow Road. Now, I really like Rosalina's Ice World. It's pretty fun. Snow, the music's pretty good, even though the track's kind of forgettable. But, like, you're going up against Wii Rainbow Road. Realistically speaking, how do you think that's gonna turn out? Oh, motherfucker. Next up, we have round 3 of the round of 16. SNES Bowser's Castle 3 going up against the Big Blue. This track was tied so, like, it was 50-50 for so long. I got through all of these, and it was still 50-50. I had to rematch them, and it still ended up 50-50. Until eventually, I just gave up and chose myself. And at that point, like, a few hours later, SNES Bowser Castle 3, like, slipped through the edge. So, technically, Bowser Castle 3 won that. But, I mean, hey, if you wanted Bowser Castle 3 to win, you should have voted for it sooner before I said, hey, I give up and I'm picking. So, Big Blue wins that one. Love both of the tracks. Bowser Castle 3, number 8. Big Blue, number 1. And, yeah. Next up, we got Tour Madrid Drive. The last tour track, by the way. Like, Tour City track, of course. Going up against Wii Maple Treeway. And, how do you think that's gonna go? Next up, we got Wario tracks. DS Wario Stadium going up against Mount Wario. Yeah, I like Wario Stadium. But, like, this is the one track you should not have gone up against. You are not gonna beat your younger self. Or, is it older self? Since the game... I don't want to question it. Another DS track, DS Tick-Tock Clock going up against 3DS Rainbow Road. This is the last DS track that isn't out. And guess what? It's out. Tick-Tock Clock, I'm surprised it made it to the round of 16. Because it went up against Athens Dash, which it lost, which it won. And then it went up against GBA Snowland and Thwomp Ruins. Like, those are 2 tracks I have to deal with. And yet it still ended up on top. Or at least until 3DS Rainbow Road came along and fucking beat the shit out of it. Alright, next up we have Wii DK Summit going up against Squeaky Clean Sprint. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised Squeaky Clean Sprint won. I was expecting DK Summit to win. And then, well, for the final round, guess what? It was 3DS Music Park going up against DK Mountain. I knew DK Mountain was going to win. And I thought we were going to have 2 DK tracks going up against each other. I really wanted that. But hey, I gotta stop saying squeaky or squeaky or whatever. Squeaky Clean Sprint actually ended up winning. Next up, we have the quarterfinals. At this point, Big Blue won. So, we have Yoshi's Island, the track from the very first round, going up against Wii Rainbow Road. Was it even close? Was it even close? This is the first time Wii Rainbow Road wins without it being like over 90% and then like the other one's like maybe like 2 or 4 or 6. That's the first time. That's how much people really like Yoshi's Island. And hey, I like the track too, but like, it's Wii Rainbow Road. Nintendo has to host like a, hey, vote for your favorite Mario Kart track. And I bet you, either Wii Rainbow Road or like Waluigi Pinball would have won. But, you know, Waluigi Pinball's out, so fuck you. Next up, we have Big Blue versus Maple... Oh, God, this is really sad. I really thought Big Blue had... I really thought it could have won. I was really wanting it to win. And it was really close to winning, but Maple Treeway ended up on top and eliminating Big Blue. Hey, I did a non-canon poll where I had SNES Bowser Castle 3 going up against Wii Maple Treeway, and SNES Bowser Castle 3 fucking won. So, alright, Mount Wario going up against 3DS Rainbow. I mean, come on, it's Wario. It's fucking Wario. But, like, 3DS, they're both such big adventures, but alas, 3DS Rainbow Road ends up winning. And then we have our final round, DK Mountain going up against Squeaky Clean Sprint. I mean, Squeaky Clean Sprint won, but like, it's DK Mountain. But I guess, you know, Hot Wheels and all that. Alright, our top 4 Mario Kart tracks. We started with 96 and now we're just down to 4. Wii Rainbow Road, Wii Maple Treeway, 3DS Rainbow Road, and Squeaky Clean Sprint. Starting off our semifinals, we have Wii Rainbow Road going up against Wii Maple Treeway. Yeah, obviously Wii Rainbow Road moves on. Wii Maple Treeway is a fun track, but like I feel like Big Blue was the only thing that could stop Wii Rainbow Road. And now that it's out, Wii Rainbow Road might actually just straight up win the tournament. So moving on to our next round, 3DS Rainbow Road versus Squeaky Clean Sprint. 3DS Rainbow Road wins. So to the surprise of like maybe 400 of you, the finalists of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament are Wii Rainbow Road going up against 3DS's Rainbow Road. And the winner of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament, 65% to 35%, was Wii's Rainbow Road. I'm not surprised Wii Rainbow Road won the tournament. I feel like Wii Rainbow Road kinda had it easy. I mean, look at the tracks it was going up against. Sherbert Land, London Loop, Wild Woods, Rosalina's Ice World? Look at the struggles Big Blue had to go through. Had to fight off GBA Ribbon Road, Shy Guy Falls, Bowser Castle 3, and even then, it still lost to Maple Treeway. Look at 3DS Rainbow Road. It had to go up against Mute City, or Yoshi Circuit, or TikTok Clock. 3DS Rainbow Road had to go up against Mount Wario. Now, all of these tracks were randomly selected to go up against each other. The only one that wasn't was 3DS Music Park going up against Electrodrome. I handpicked that one originally, but then it was going to be like Electrodrome versus SNES Donut Plains and Music Park versus Peach Garden. So I decided to give it a favor. And, well, here we are. All the tracks. And we finally finished with Wii Rainbow Road coming out on top. Now, I want you to notice something. Look at the quarterfinals. The only tracks that aren't from the Booster Course Pass were Big Blue and Mount Wario. Is that a coincidence? Round of 16. Let's see, the round of 16. Who else is there? Anyone else? TikTok Clock and DS Wario Stadium and Music Park. That's 5 non-Booster Course Pass tracks in the round of 16. And now, I'm not saying the Booster Course Pass was a big, like, I was like, oh, it's so ass because, like, oh, it took out, like, all the big tracks. No, I love the Booster Course Pass. That's literally what I originally did. I literally made a channel based off the Booster Course Pass. And now that it's ending, I'm doing my best to do something else. But I'm just gonna say, the Booster Course Pass overshadows some of the best tracks. Everyone always pays attention to the newer tracks. Oh, Waluigi Pinball. Oh, Squeaky Clean Sprint. Oh, f***ing Birdo. But we did lose the joy of, you know, playing the original basic tracks. And I love Mario Kart 8. I grew up with this game, literally. But it's just, with the Booster Course Pass, it gave us so much, yet left so little inside of us all. Because they didn't add fucking Airship Fortress!